Hey guys, it's Smurfs. Welcome back to Harpies in the Trees, where I review horror books with a supernatural focus. So in case you didn't know, a few months ago, a publisher had reached out to me to make a book trailer for one of their authors, and I was very excited because it's one of my favorite authors. And I was able to reveal it yesterday on Monday, so hopefully you got to see that. If not, you can check it out. I'll put a card up for you. It's for Darcy Coates and her new book, The Whispering Dead. So I was very, very excited to work on this project. It was a lot of fun, and it takes place mostly in a cemetery, so of course that was just right up my alley, and the response has been really good and really supportive, and I'm just really happy about that. You know, I just wanted people to enjoy it, and especially Darcy Coates fans. We all love that creepy, cozy thing that she does, so I was really, really just hoping to kind of, you know, put that vibe in there. So I hope the book does really well. I know I'm looking forward to it coming out. It's going to be a whole entire new series. Some people I know have already read it. They got an early copy of it and they really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to be getting a copy in the mail at some point, so just fingers crossed on that one. I think so. But I have been slacking a little bit on my reading, to be honest. I just finished Poppy Z. Bride's Exquisite Corpse, which was really good, but just really brutal. It was something that I wasn't really able to binge because it was pretty intense, but I did finish that, and I have so many things I want to talk about in that book. And the book that I'll be reading to do the review with is Bottom Feeders, so I will be reading this one. This is a request from an author, and it's a really interesting premise. And the reason why I wanted to read this one with the Poppy Z. Bride one was because they both have scenes of taking place in a prison or a jail. So that was my connection. I got one of my books in for the Scariest Location poll. I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but I'm real excited about it. I'm hoping they start trickling in sooner than later. Also, I did a little fun project this weekend, and I was going to show it to you, but it broke. So I have this like little terrarium that I've been wanting to do something with for a really, really long time. And I tried growing some stuff in it, and it just really wasn't working. But I decided that I wanted to turn it into some kind of like little graveyard scene. So I made this little kind of rough-hewn tombstone, and I have all this like dead moss in here, like stuff that died that I was trying to grow. So it's kind of coming together. I'm gonna make a little fence and some other stuff with it, but it had a really pretty glass dome, and as I was setting up here, I knocked it over and broke it, so yay. So I did that this weekend just for fun and just kind of take my mind off stuff. It's been kind of like a really hectic last couple of weeks just with doing the trailer, and then I was applied to this job and I was hoping that I was gonna get this job, but I didn't get the job, so that sucks. So I was kind of bummed out about that because obviously money is something that we all need. It's very useful, so I definitely would like to, you know, have that be a part of my life again. It's been over a year. In the meantime, I did pick out the user-submitted creepy and scary stories that I wanted to narrate. It was only going to be 3. It is now 6 because I just can't. I forced myself to make it 6 because if I made it any more than 6, the video would be too long and it would take me way too long to get it done. So right now at the moment, I'm kind of just breaking down each story, deciding like which scene I want to, you know, try and animate, and you know how I want that to flow as I'm narrating. So it's a fun process. I really enjoy it. So what are we doing today? Today we're gonna do something really kind of cute and fun. Marie McWilliams tagged me in this video, and I think it's something that ties together well with the content creator tag, which was, the content creator was kind of more like, you know, about you and your channel and how you see it and stuff. But this one is more about how you became a reader. So I think this is going to be a really interesting one. And thank you so much to Maria McWilliams for tagging me in this. You should definitely check out her original video. And also this video was originally created by Erin GOODREADS. So you should also check out her video. And it's short and sweet, so pour yourself some tea. I'll meet you back here. I got my tea. Let's begin. What were you like as an early and learning reader? I don't really know what I was like, I guess, but I do remember, I don't know if it was first or second grade. I'm not sure which year it was, what grade it was, but I do remember just being really enthralled by just listening to the teacher read. I really loved that. I loved reading anything and everything. I do remember that this was specifically second grade. We made our own books and we wrote our own stories and we illustrated them and wrote in them as well. They were the ones where you take pieces of paper and just kind of fold them in half into like a long accordion. And then like, I think the teacher like stapled it together or something. So you made a cover and then you made your thing. Just anything that had to do with books, I was really excited. And I got really, really hooked on writing after that. And I used to, when I got a little older, I used to use a typewriter that my dad had. And I would use a typewriter and I would actually type out these stories. And they were always ghost stories, even from that age. And I think I must have been like in 4th grade. Even at that time period, they were ghost stories, and they'd always have like these really cheesy titles, like The Haunting of the Bedroom or something dumb. Like they'd be so dumb and just so basic, but it was really what I loved. And I remember one story I wrote, it had a grandmother in it and she was like in her mid-50s. And I remember I described her as being spry. 2, what book or book series really got you excited about reading as a kid? Okay. As a kid, So I used to read Sweet Valley High. And it was okay. And I used to read Nancy Drew because my mom had all of those books from when she was a girl. So I used to read those. And I think those gave me a love for mystery, But the series that really got me hooked and was like the first series that I was like specifically looking for and hoarding, and I would get all of them, whenever I had a chance. I got all of my books from the thrift store, as I've mentioned before. So I would be constantly like getting one book and then exchanging it for a better version or a better copy or whatever all the time. And that was V.C. Andrews, the Dollenganger series. And that series just literally had me by the throat. Like I was just so, I was just so invested in everyone and every character and everything that was happening. I remember I got my hands on Garden of Shadows, which I guess had come out sometime later. And this was gonna give us like all of the information about the grandmother. And it was like I had found like some secret manuscript or something. I was so excited because I always wondered about her. I wondered about her character, like what happened to her, like who hurt her, you know what I mean? Like what happened in her life. So that was the series that just, I still think of it so fondly, just that excitement. 3, has there been a person in your life, real or fictional, who inspired you to be a reader? I don't think there was anyone real specific who inspired me to read. I'm sure there was like, multiple teachers, kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, when they're trying to get you to like read. But I don't really remember. I don't remember any special like bond or anything like that. I think reading for me was such a private thing. Like I said, I was reading V.C. Andrews and You know, V.C. Andrews is a little taboo. So it's one of those books that, you know, at that age, you know, you probably shouldn't be reading it. You're probably not supposed to be reading it. So, and then once I got into horror, it was kind of the same thing. It was like, these are subjects and themes that are not appropriate for, you know, kids to be reading. So I think I was just always off, like, you know, hidden away reading. 4. At what point did you begin to identify as a reader? As a kid, I don't think I identified as a reader. I think I just identified as like, oh, I like spooky stuff. But I guess like now is when I kind of more identify as a reader, because it's more on, you know, it's like this intentional thing that I do now. You know, like I'm reading stuff so that I can like talk about it or make something from it or whatever. It's so much more, it's so much more, it's with so much more intent than it was as a kid. Where as a kid I was like, I want to read because this is so fun and exciting and pleasurable. And now it's like, I want to read because it's so fun and exciting and pleasurable, but also I can synthesize this and like turn this into something else, you know, turn this experience into something more. So it's a little different now, but I think, yeah, now I identify as a reader. 5. How has being a reader shaped your life and your worldview? That's a really good question. I guess like as a kid, you know, one of the main reasons why I read so much was because I was very lonely. I didn't have any siblings and my home life was very difficult, let's say. So it was an escapism thing, you know, a lot for me. So I think like early on, I learned that there were these two worlds. You know, there's reality and then there's kind of this inner world that you can kind of be and do whatever you want or whatever. I will say though that there have been some books that I read that were not horror books, but they were more kind of more these sort of autobiographical books. Maya Angelou, When the Caged Bird Sings, was a incredibly moving, heartbreaking book. There's so many books like that that I've read that that are coming from people's own experiences, you know, who are different from me, who come from different cultures or ethnic backgrounds or political environments or whatever. And so to be able to be in their shoes a little bit, I can never know, you know, things that are outside of my actual experience, but it helps me to gain some empathy, and that definitely changes my worldview. Tag someone whose history you want to learn more about. Oh man, there's so many people. Let me see. I'm gonna go to my subscriptions page. So the first person I'd like to choose is, are you into horror? Richard is super nice. I would, you know, be curious to know what, you know, his answers are to these questions. And let's do one more. And I'd like to tag Marcy Reads. Also, if you like this tag and you would like to do it, please feel free to do so. So that was the book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was fun for me to try and remember a lot of dusty memories. If you like this video, please like and comment below. I would appreciate that so much. I hope that you guys have a really wonderful week coming up. And yeah, so please take care of yourselves, watch out for each other, and I will talk to you next time.